How may I help you? Welcome to Northrend, Monzi. I have been asked to arrange travel for you to Dalaran so that you can meet with our allies there. Ride the Griffin to Dalaran, and once you land, make your way to our inn there, a hero's welcome. Find Izarami Fairwind and speak with her immediately. She can help you bind your Hearthstone to the city so you can use the Silver Enclave's portal to travel back to Stormwind quickly.
You don't know who you're messing with, Midge. Death beckons.
How may I help you? You've come to enlist, right? Normally you'd have to stand in line like the other recruits. Normally you'd be out of luck because the recruitment ledger's gone missing and I can't process anyone until the new books get here. Fortunately for you, Monzi, I've heard about you and what you did in Outland. To be honest, you're a cut above these poor saps. Lines aren't for you. Go to the barracks and speak to General Arlos. He'll be more than happy to meet with someone of your caliber.
State your profession.
Shipwright, sir.
I thought we had enough in your line of work, but it looks like we have some openings. Report to the civilians.
Hello, Monzi. You may or may not be aware that we Kirin Tor moved our city here to Northrend. No longer does Dalaran sit under its protective dome on the shores of Lordamere Lake. Now the city magically floats above the Crystal Song Forest. We believe you to be ready for your journey to the city. Speak with me again and I will cast a spell of teleportation to transport you there. When you arrive, seek out Archmage Selindra and give her my signet as proof that we spoke. We've been expecting your arrival, Monzi. Welcome to Northrend. It's good to have you among us, Monzi. We've all heard of your past deeds. As you know, King Rin is moving great armies into Northrend to meet those of Arthas. But armies are nothing without true heroes to inspire and lead them. I want you to be that hero for my men. Fight alongside them against the scourge that lays siege to our stronghold. Report to Sergeant Hammerhill outside the inner hold. Valian's keep cannot fall. The future of our campaign depends on it.
Our troops, General, consist mostly of villagers and peasants. Good men, but not quite rid of the prejudices and superstitions of their upbringing. They're not ready to fight alongside our more exotic allies. Your offer will be carefully considered, Harbinger. In the meantime we will make use of your delegation in an advance.
By Magnus Beard. Looks like the heavy artillery's arriving. Well. It's good to see Arlos bring out the big guns. Don't get me wrong, our lads are doing the best they can, but someone of your renown fighting alongside them could really turn the tides for us. I'm not sure how much longer we can hold out against these undead Nerubians. What do you say you get out there and kill me some creepers? Show these boys how it's done. You there? Please, I need your help. This soldier will succumb to the Crypt Fiend's venom unless we act immediately. I've managed to slow down the poison, but without a suitable supply of antidote I cannot counteract it. I was promised a new shipment of anti-venom in the Stormbreaker's most recent trip from the south. Go inside its hold and search for a chest of first aid supplies. Hurry, warrior. We can't afford to lose any more men unnecessarily.
Have a good one.
This altar bears all the markings of the cult of the damned. It appears fanatics from the mainland have made it into Northrend. It might be prudent to notify the captain of the ship. Perhaps he is to be found above deck.
Can I help you?
Cultists. Below deck? I ought to have my whole crew flogged. Listen. Why don't we have Admiral Canterbury take care of this situation?
Alrighty then.
We must notify General Arlos at once. I've known the captain for a long time and, believe me, he is one of the more careful ones. Who knows how many cultists have been smuggled into our settlements in Northrend in other ships. This could be disastrous. My arm is getting sore. You aren't going to let me
Thank you for your concern, Monzi. We were made aware of the situation not too long ago. Counselor Talbot assures me that this was an isolated incident and not a cause for military concern. Our civilian authorities will make sure everyone involved is properly prosecuted.
For the Alliance.
I see that you are very eager to help, Monzi. You didn't come all the way to Northrend to stay holed up in a city. I've just the task for you. Something that'll take you far away from here. We've long sought to gain the favor of the Tusker native to Northrend. Recently a young Tusker came to us seeking help, something we couldn't offer at the time. Now that you're around, maybe you can lend him a hand. Look for Karuk near the Ryplash Strand, southwest of here, and see what you can do to help.
Blessings upon me.
Not so fast there. I don't know about you, warrior, but I was hardly convinced by the general's words. They rung unsure. As if they were not his own. Something's amiss here. All of our efforts to collaborate have been blocked and delayed. It is time we took a more independent approach. If we're to learn more about the cultists inside the keep, perhaps we should investigate those outside. Intelligence reports a small group of them aiding the scourge north of here. See if they carry any clues. Greetings, warrior.
Good luck, friend.
Hey there.
The Dark Moon Fair is now open. For a small fee, I can teleport you to the fairground staging area. Would you like to? The Dark Moon Fair is coming. Experience our thrilling games, win fabulous prizes, have your fortune told. If you act right now, you can redeem this voucher for free prize tickets and a copy of the world-famous Dark Moon Adventurer's Guide to help you identify treasures in your travels. Just hand your voucher to Jelvis Grime Gate located inside the fair. Right now, the entrance to the fair is outside Goldshire, in Elwyn Forest. Warrior. Come close quickly, I must have a word. My patron, the Lady Gina Proudmoore, has uncovered a hole in the defenses of Icecrown Citadel into a place she referred to as the Forge of Souls. She sent word before she left for me to find any help that I could. And, well, I was hoping that might be you. Please, find her there as soon as you can.
See you around. Hello.
Welcome. May I offer you rest or sustenance? Welcome to Dalaran. This inn is part of the Silver Enclave, the headquarters of the official Alliance presence in our city. Don't forget to bind your Hearthstone here for easy travel to the city and access to the portal to Stormwind next door.
Farewell. You need something?
Greetings, warrior. Welcome to Dalaran. I'll see to it that the ring is returned. Just in case you don't already know, you can use the crystal on the platform behind me to teleport to the Violet Stand in Crystal Song Forest beneath Dalaran. Correspondingly, you can use the crystal at the stand below to return to the chamber above me. I would like for you to do this now.
Farewell. I am listening.
Welcome.
Be careful.
May I offer you rest or sustenance?
Need help?
When I heard that the legendary Hemet Nesangwari was setting sail for the Sholazer Basin, I offered to help fund his expedition. We know little of Sholazer, but it's said to be a lush paradise in the midst of this frozen continent. Hemet has agreed to send back samples of exotic plants, reagents, and crystals. There hasn't been any word from him. Monty Muzzleshot was supposed to be bringing them supplies, but he hasn't returned, either. If you'll look into it, I'll send you in my flying machine.
Be careful. Light be with you.
You there? You look like you have some wits about you. We could use some more able bodies in Icecrown. You may have heard rumors of our failure in assaulting the glacier from the ground, but let me set those concerns to rest. We're now mounting our assault from one of the most advanced pieces of engineering known to Azeroth, the Skybreaker. The Horde don't stand a chance, and neither does Arthas. Speak to me when you're ready to depart.
Go with honor.
Well met.
Excellent, warrior. Now you know the way to get down to Crystal Song Forest and also how to return.
Light bless you.
What can I do for you?
Welcome to Dalaran, warrior.
Be careful. Greetings.
The Skybreaker patrols Icecrown. You will find no finer ship in all of the realms.
For the Alliance.
We cannot defeat the Lich King on our own. Divided we shall all fall. I implore you to answer the call, sister. The Argent Crusade accepts all who would volunteer to aid in the war effort. High Lord Tyrion Fordring himself awaits you at the Argent Vanguard. Get upon your mount and fly to the southeastern reaches of Icecrown. It is there that you will find Lord Fordring and the soldiers of the Argent Crusade. Go now, warrior, for Judgment Day comes.
This is madness. Cease this foolish battle.
The Knights of the Ebon Blade want to take the Scourge base known as the Shadow Vault to the northwest. I have a contact in their group who has asked for help. The first step is to blind the Lich King. He's using a device known as the Ocular to watch the area, which floats above the vault spires. Our dwarves have created something for you to use against it. After the eye has been destroyed, find Baron Sliver on the vault grounds. He's pretending to still be under the Lich King's will.
At ease, Marines.
Well met.
Welcome to the Skybreaker. From here we are laying our groundwork for the assault on Arthas. There's a lot of work to be done, but before we can get into the real meat of it, we want to make sure that the Argent Crusade is adequately reinforced. We're going to need their help later. If you have not already, speak to Absalan the Pious on the main deck.
Go with honor, friend.
Listen to me, Night Elf. It's just been brought to my attention that there's been an incident at the Violet Hold. It would appear that the Blues are launching a full-scale invasion of Dalaran. I need you to get to the prison and speak with Lieutenant Sinclairi at once. She'll give you the details. That is not all. I need this handled with utmost discretion. We mustn't alarm the citizens of Dalaran if it can possibly be avoided. Do I make myself clear? Very well. Now, go.
Kira Snowdawn says. Sighs softly and rolls her shoulders.
King's honor, friend.
How may I help you?
Light bless you.
King's honor, friend.
The anti-venom. Do you have it? I thank you, Monzi. This man's recovery will be slow, but we won't lose him. What do you say? You found cultists inside the Stormbreaker? You'd best notify someone. And bring some evidence.
See you later.
Harbinger Vuren wants you to fight the cultist Necrolites near Farshia to the north of Valiant's Keep and retrieve the cultist communique from them. Description: not so fast there. I don't know about you, warrior, but I was hardly convinced by the general's words. They rung unsure.
Nice job, Monzi. Show the lads how it's done. The only good creeper's a dead creeper. We're doing a good job of holding the front lines against these bugs. Some of these cheeky fiends, however, can fly over the aforementioned front lines and are really beating down on our inner defenses. I've requisitioned reinforced fishing nets from our civilian ships. If you've got a good enough throwing arm, they'll help you knock the enemy out of the sky. Thin their numbers so that our defenses can hold the keep.
Watch your back. Warm wishes.
You're back, Monzi. Be discreet, Monzi. We cannot look at this evidence in front of prying eyes. I'm afraid this is a matter I must delegate to one of my operatives. Someone who can work in secret. Keep the evidence with you and take it to Vindicator Yala inside the inn. Tell her I sent you and speak of this matter to no one else. We do not know who might be working for the cult. We'll beat them if they come by land, and we'll beat them if they come by air. If these motherless undead come by sea, we're going to give them the beating of their lives. The Scourge are showing no sign of letting up, Monzi. It's those blasted sinkholes, they connect to tunnels all the way to ice ground for all we know. Giant undead worms burrow under the ground to create them. If there's something years of mining has taught me, it's that without support beams, tunnels will cave in easily after an explosion. Take these explosives and place them at the entrance to the sinkholes up on the ridge beyond the beach to the west. Come back after you've collapsed them.
Up with you.
You lads know the drill. No alcohol to servicemen on duty. You want the general to kill me himself. You'll surely make an exception for us, eh? We might not come back. All right. But you didn't get these from me. Harbinger of Yoren sent you. Speak quickly, warrior. What information do you have on the cult? I've made it my business to learn as much as possible about the vile death cult, including their secret language. Vuren was right. The cultists mention disguised operatives in various locations in Valiant's Keep, the lower docks, the jail inside the inner hold and in the inn's kitchen. Take this Oculus. Use it at those 3 locations. Anyone that has recently used the cult's necromancy will be enshrouded by a dark aura. Take care of the cultists before something nefarious happens.
Just another day work in the kitchen. Sure gets dull after a while.
Go with honor, friend. Light be with you.
Just another day work in the kitchen. Sure gets dull after a while.
For the Alliance.
Well. I suppose this is it, then. I won't go down quietly.
Good day to you. Hey there.
Some of us get to avoid military duty. A good fisherman's always handy. Even generals need to eat.
Safe travels.
You don't know who you're messing with, warrior. Death beckons.
Greetings.
My shift's almost over. Can't wait to catch some shut-eye, know what I mean?
See you around.
My shift's almost over. Can't wait to catch some shut-eye, know what I mean?
Finally. This charade is over. Others give me strength. You've done well, Munzi. However, I can't shake the feeling that this is not the last we've seen of these death cultists. Darkness has a way of hiding even in plain sight.
Remain vigilant.
Excellent work, Monzi. Without you, Valiant's keep might have not held against the attackers. Thanks to your help we'll live to fight another day. My lads should be able to take it from here, Monzi. Valiant's keep is built to take a beating far worse than this. I worry about our farmlands and mine. My lads should be able to take it from here, Monzi. Valiant's keep is built to take a beating far worse than this. I worry about our farmlands and mine in Far's hire, however. We sent a full detachment to protect our mining operations right before the invasion. They should be able to defend the civilians. Gerald Green's in charge of the villagers there. There's a passage out of the northern wall out of Valiant's keep, it'll take you straight to him. See what you can do to help them.
Good. What can I do for you?
Hey, Monzi. There's a girl in the inn that's asking about you. Her name's Larissa. I don't think she knows you, but she said she needed your help. She sounded really desperate.
See you around.
All these folks are keeping me busy. Take this horse over to your stables.
Honored, I'm sure.
Oh good, you're Monzi, right?
Very well then. Hi, how are you? Greetings.
What can I do for you?
How may I help you?
I have many, many wares.
Hi, how are ya?
I told them all that I remember. Why don't they believe me? I was gathering herbs by the rift. They came from nowhere, dark wizards with magical beasts. I was surrounded. A huge magical cube appeared above me. It opened up and pulled me inside. I swear it's true. Just as it began to close around me, my rescuers swooped in on the backs of drakes. It was amazing. My captors scattered and I was able to escape. I never thanked them for saving me. Please, warrior, if you see them, pass on my gratitude. Thank you for coming to see me. I didn't know who else to contact. I recently received word from William Allerton, a family friend, that my brother enlisted here in Valiant's Keep on the same day he did. Thing is, my brother's been dead for years. I sold everything I owned to come looking for that Aryan, only to be stonewalled by the local bureaucracy. I've even been threatened with arrest if I keep snooping around. I need someone in the good graces of the higher-ups. Someone like you. If you can help me, I heard that William's stationed at the Farshire mine.
Safe travels.
You're here to help? You're just in time then. There's scourge everywhere, warrior. We've organized the farmers and miners into a militia, but this just won't cut it. The one detachment of troops that Valiant's Keep sent is defending the mine. We haven't heard from them in days. If you really wish to help us, why don't you go to the mine and see what's going on? Maybe we can get them to send us some reinforcements. There's scourge everywhere, warrior.
Your stomach feels uneasy as you approach the grain. The smell is nearly unbearable. The sacks of grain emanate the foul stench you've come to associate with the plague. This probably explains what happened to the footman defending the mine. You'd best bring word back to Gerald Green.
The corpse matches the description that Larissa gave you of William Allerton. Oddly enough, there are no bite or claw marks on him. William's neck has been cut by a sharp object. Further inspection reveals a single clue to bring to Larissa, an enlistment card bearing the name of William Allerton. Those poor lads. They never had a chance. This sure sounds like an inside job. Probably a cult of the damned infiltrator. Curse those madmen. Well, Monzi. With the last of our military in Far's Hire dead or worse, we can do but one thing, fight these scourge ourselves. We have deployed militia in what remains of Far's Hire. Without your help, they've but little hope of winning. Go and lend them a hand. Me and the lads will watch this path. We can't let the scourge break through.
To the town hall, everyone. We've brought you weapons. I heard what you told Gerald and I don't like it one bit. If cultists managed to poison the grain in the mines with their foul plague, they could have easily done the same with the grain outside. We don't have time to sort the good grain from the bad. We must act quickly and burn it all. Take this torch and set fire to any sacks of grain you find out here. It would be a tragedy if we survived this attack only to succumb to the plague afterwards.
See you later.
How are you?
I was in charge of the harvest golems, an important job until the scourge destroyed most of our farmlands. I've an idea that would make the golems useful again, however. I think I can rewire the harvest collectors so they'll give us a hand fighting the scourge. I'm not an expert at this just yet, so I'm going to need my manual. The problem is, I left it at the workshop. Which happens to be that burning building next to the mine. Think you could go salvage it?
something?
Did you get my book back? Excellent. The information I need should be in here. Okay, I've got it. The rewiring is a little complicated, but nothing a clever warrior like you can't handle. Take my tools and put some of the harvest collectors out of commission. Once they're down, use the tools to plug all the red wires into the blue sockets. That'll make them go into self-defense mode. Hurry, Monzi. Before long there won't be anything left to save.
Have a good one.
You need some.
You've communicated with the Scourge in the only language they understand, violence and death. Unfortunately they just keep coming. The Scourge just keeps coming. But we can't give up. Listen, Monzi. Inside that mine there's a cart with the last of the ore the Alliance is going to see on this side of the continent for a long time. The problem is the cart release is locked. When the military went in there, Captain Jacobs commandeered all the important equipment, including the cart release key. The plague that affected the soldiers in the mine must also have affected Jacobs. Get the key from him and salvage the ore.
How are you?
I thank you, Monzi. I would hate to see survivors of the attack on Far's Hire stumble upon plagued grain.
See you around.
Nice job. I finally feel useful again. And that's saying something.
Safe travel.
Hey there.
You spoke to William, Munzi. Do you think William's death was a random killing by the Scourge? Things sure seem fishy. Something's up. We must find Thasarian. Poor Mr. Allerton might yet help us find my brother. Elrissa unveils a voluminous book, not unlike an army recruitment ledger. I borrowed it, okay. Let's see, does that enlistment card have a date? William saw Thasarian at the enlistment line. Their entries must be near each other. Here it is. He was assigned to Unit S. All the other military units are named after Alliance towns. Who's in the unit? Where are they deployed? We need rumors. See if the innkeepers heard anything.
Have a good one.
You need something?
Can I get you anything? My selection is a little limited, but that's to be expected. All things considered, can't say I can help you, friend. But I might know someone who can. The military was all that old man Colburn had. After he retired, he still clung to it like a lifeline. He knows the name of every general, unit, brigade, detachment. You name it. He's the man you need. Problem is, his mind is scarred. He won't talk to anyone unless he gets his Kultira's wine. Takes him back to the times he was a Marine. I haven't received a shipment in months. The last merchant ship out of Kultira sunk northeast of here. See if you can salvage a bottle to bring Colburn.
What can I do for you?
The old man looks up at you with a blank look on his face. Not too bitter. Not too dry. It's just like the old days, with the lads at the barracks. Unit S. Unit S. HMMMPPH. Don't make any sense. It ought to be named after a town. Darkshire was sent to Dragonblight. The Goldshire boys were sent to the Fjord. Where did I hear? Oh, yes. The deserter. There's a turntail in the barracks prison. Got thrown in not too long ago. Kept saying that S stood for suicide. Look for the deserter. He might have some information for you.
Safe travel. Good day to you.
What ya want? I have enough problems as it is. Listen, Monzi. No offense, but the operation they put Thasarian in charge of was pure suicide. A handful of our men were to launch an attack on the biggest scourge presence in the area. Call me crazy, but storming a scourge ziggurat outside a plagued Nerubian city with a dozen men ain't my idea of fun. If you're still interested in finding Thasarian, we were supposed to arrange for passage east with a tusker by the name of Ateka in Cascala to the northeast. Good luck with your fool's errand.
Have a good one.
ore cart says. The ore cart squeaks against the rails as it is released.
I thank you, Monzi. This ore will be of vital importance to the Alliance in the times to come. I'd like to think we've made a difference today. That's it then. With the last of the ore you salvaged, we now have enough to send to Valian's keep. If Farshire is wiped off the face of Azeroth, then at least let us be remembered as the first ones to defend our land and the last ones to give up. Take this ore to Hilda Stoneforge, she is a good friend of mine. Tell her to make some good weapons with this ore. We'll need plenty of them in the days to come.
What's on your mind?
What do you have there? Or from Farshire? We weren't scheduled for a shipment just yet. Is something wrong? Farshire is overrun and all that Gerald can think of is to get me my ore shipment. I swear that man has as much heart as any of our soldiers on the front lines. We cannot let the civilians lose their lands if they're willing to fight for them. We might not have the troops to spare, but we can send them weapons. These were earmarked for new recruits, but I'll be able to cover those with the ore you've brought me. Send word to Gerald that weapons are on the way.
Off with you.
Hilda's sending us weapons. That's excellent news, Monzi. I was about ready to tell the lads to pack things up. Farshire has a fighting chance now, Monzi. That's all we could have asked for and you've made it possible. All we need now is a rallying point. I'll have my men deliver the weapons to our town hall. Go and ring the town hall bell so any survivors know to rally there. It's time to show the Scourge what we're made of.
To the town hall, everyone. We've brought you weapons. Arm yourselves and beat the Scourge back.
Thanks once again for aiding us, Monzi. The people of Farshire will always remember you. You've come to my aid. I thank you, Monzi. They call themselves the Kuldur. My people have legends about them, we call them the Tukharik, Walkers of the Fog. My village was destroyed by these giant mist men. Everyone I knew was slain, including my father Ariad. By Tusker law I must seek retribution against those who shed my kin's blood. I am but a fisherman and I've not yet passed the test of manhood. I cannot stand toe-to-toe with the vile Buldur. If you were to carry out my blood duty for me, I will be in great debt to you.
Send in the next pair of prisoners, let them fight to see who lives.
Look what's lost its way. You're not even fit to be fed to leave Azeroth.
Let us trade.
I thank you for saving me, Monzi. The Buldur are animals. They made us fight the other prisoners. It would have been more merciful to just kill us all. The youngling Karuk is still alive. I noticed him arrive here. Tell him his father fought until the end.
Send in the next pair of prisoners, let them fight to see who lives.
I will heave your carcass into the ocean myself.
Send in the next pair of prisoners, let them fight to see who lives.
I am sworn by Tusker law to avenge my kin. These murderers burned Palier to the ground. You've done my people a great favor, Monzi. I must ask one more thing of you, however. My own father was slain by the leader of this raiding party, Gamel the Cruel. He has made his abode inside a cave on the beach. You've dealt with his men already. Finish what you've started, Monzi. Avenge my father, and I am sworn by Tusker law to avenge my kin. I thank you, Monzi. You've shown a great deal of goodwill towards my clan. You did it, Monzi. The spirits of the slain Tusker can now rest in peace, their deaths have been avenged. There is someone who might shed light on this mystery, Night Elf. It is rumored that the Kildare have kept a Naga priestess alive at the temple on the west side of the shore. She will no doubt have great reason to resent her uninvited Kildare guests. Perhaps my father is expecting her to cooperate with you in some way.
The fallen of Palier will not rest, son. Find the Naga priestess.
Look what's lost its way. HSSSSSSSSSSSSS. Have you come to mock me, Night Elf? 500 years ago, Asherah imprisoned a being named Leviroth in the waters below. Now these barbarians seek to undo our queen's work. They took over our city and began to sacrifice my brethren to awaken him. When they ran out of Naga, they began to take Tusker. Their spirits will know no peace. I will help you, for it will go a long way towards quelling my vengeance. Their captain, Ragnar, dwells deep inside northeastern Ryplash. He has in his possession a golden trident. Bring it to me. Do you have the trident? Yes. We will slay the Kvildar's beast. I will show these brutes to never cross a priestess of the scale. Raj Nazjan was the emperor of Ryplash when Leviroth was imprisoned. Asherah herself blessed his trident so it would slay the beast should it ever escape. Now you wield it, Night Elf. As much as it disgusts me, I will have my revenge on these barbaric giant men. Take the trident to the depths beneath Ryplash. You will find Levi Roth below an iceberg closest to northern Ryplash. Drive the trident into his flesh and slay him. Return to whomever sent you when you are done. I wish to see no more of you.
My people's spirits can rest in peace. You've helped me honor my father. Perhaps I will one day be as strong as you are.
I'm sure Olheme can do something with your bones.
Cursed giant men. If they want a fight they'll get. I remember the man you speak of. He bore the marks of Karkut. May Karkut protect our fallen. The man you seek went far to the east, to a place near the coast called Death Stand, beyond Unupi. Be careful if you go in search of him, Monzi. He bore the mark of Karkut. He who watches over the dead. Kiskala is a sacred place for us, Night Elf. Our ancestors were guided here by the spirit of Teotka herself. Now these foul creatures attack us from the mists without any provocation. We will show them that our spears are not merely for wailing. Fight alongside us, friend. Perhaps my people might repay you sometime in the future.
Stay warm.
The demon has many names and each name has held special meaning at one time or another. While the details were sometimes insignificant, the end result was always the same, death. But it is now, nearly 50 years after it all began, that the details will find the devil and lead to his downfall. This time, we have him. There will be no escape for Nesangwari. Northrend will be the battleground for our war. The hunter will become the hunted. Is your cause righteous and your heart true? If so, you are welcome here, among the druids for the ethical and humane treatment of animals. So long as you do not veer down the dark path of depravity and harm the animals that have allowed us to coexist within their world, D. E. H. T. A. Will consider you an ally. Whether they be treasure seekers or bloodthirsty hunters of the wastes, any being that supports Nesangwari and dares to strike at our beloved wildlife shall be considered an enemy of D. E. H. T. A. Should you slay these filthy Nesangwari sympathizers, bring me proof of their demise and you shall be rewarded with a blessing from the druids of D. E. H. T. A. Is your cause righteous and your heart true? They're majestic beasts, aren't they? Lathorius points towards the mammoths of the northern tundra. With each passing day their numbers diminish. Demons that call themselves hunters slay the beasts for sport and riches. Lathorius' face contorts with anger. It's the whimpers that drive me to madness, Monzi. You can hear them, carried by the wind. The mammoth calves, trapped in the hunter's vile traps, call out to us. Take this hammer and smash those traps. Free the calves.
To the west of us you will find Lake Kamuya. It is, as far as we know, the only freshwater giant clam habitat in the world. Of course Nisingwari's lackeys are now using the lake as a giant pearl farm. They must be stopped. A lesson must be taught to those that would think to endanger an entire species. Go to Lake Kamuya and locate the loot-crazed divers. Slay them until the water runs red. Return to me when a proper example has been made. Just south of us the caribou used to roam freely, peacefully. Then Nisingwari showed up and everything changed. Now the caribou are in a perpetual state of frenzy, always in a panic. They are stalked by the hunters and trappers hidden in the field. Nisingwari's executioners are unfit for death. They must feel the torture that they put the caribou through. Take this pile of fake furs and lay it upon their caribou traps to the south. Watch as the hunters are caught in their own deadly traps. West of here, on the high bluffs above Lake Kamuya, roams a despicable being known as Nida. The self-proclaimed Lord of Rhinos hunts the wastes for the injured or young, rhinos unable to defend themselves against his cowardly attacks. To add insult to injury, Nida has raised a rhino of his own to become his mount and bodyguard. It is a rare thing that D. E. H. T. O. would ever call for the death of an animal, but Nida's tainted rhino must be disposed of. Kill them both and return to me.
I thank you, Monzi. I will be deeply in your debt if we ever make it out of here alive. Listen, Monzi. Warriors like me are replaceable. If I fall, my brothers and cousins will pick up my spear and fight. My people cannot survive without wise elders. Stubborn Muahit, our most venerable shaman, refuses to leave the altar to Teoka in the central island. We would suffer a significant loss if he was slain by these monsters. You are an outsider, maybe he'll listen to you. Show him reason. Ask him to flee to the safety of Anupi before it's too late. Ateka sent you, didn't he? I am not to be swayed. All is not lost. The spirits are still with us. Powerful spirits watch over my tribe. Kiskala will not be lost. Islyruk will give us courage, Teoka will make sure our survivors always have food and shelter, and Karkut will watch over the fallen so they do not lose their way. Islyruk's guidance is the one we need the most right now. I asked my nephew, Iruk, to bring me Islyruk's totem, but the Guldir's spears struck him down and his body fell into the waters to the north. Bring me the totem, Monzi. Don't let my nephew's death be in vain. This young Tusker appears to have been slain in combat rather than drowned. The totem, Night Elf. Do you have it? Can you feel Islyruk's presence, Monzi? He does not want his children to perish at the hand of the Mistwalkers. The spirits have heard our cry for help, Monzi. It's a sign that Kiskala might yet be saved. Take advantage of the confusion the weather has created and slay the Guldir leader. Your actions will sway the battle in our favor, I am sure of it.
Thank the spirits. The blizzard will slow down the Kvader ships.
You've done us a great favor, Night Elf. The fight is not yet won, but my people now have a chance. Night Elf, we're just arrived from Moaki Harbor. Something very bad happened over there this morning. You've been very helpful to us here. Would you consider using the boat from Anupi to travel to the Great Dragon Blight? By the sound of things, Elder Kaonani could certainly use your assistance.
The spirits have listened. Can you feel it, Lilitalu? Thank the spirits. The blizzard will slow down the Kvader ships. It's a miracle. The beast skinned itself. Jackpot.
I wonder what Nisingweri will give me for your hide.
Jackpot. It's a miracle. The beast skinned itself.
I wonder what Nisingweri will give me for your hide.
This is the last one that I need for the set of Nisingweri steak knives. It's a miracle. The beast skinned itself. Jackpot. No way. Rhino head helmet for the low price of 30 rhino heads? I'll take 2 at those prices.
Killing of the Den Watcher at the D.
Who is this that
You're a welcome
speaks?
sight, warrior. My name is Azeroth, and I used to be a craftsman here at the Cold Rock Quarry. My companions and I were preparing a new set of statues for their last set of rites when we saw those mysterious blue platforms come flying over the plateau. When they landed, the mages they carried swarmed the quarry, murdering my fellows and plundering the quarry. If we don't stop them, they'll destroy our statues and make off with our artifacts. Will you help me defeat the invaders?
Visit again. Wait.
A distant voice echoes in your head as you regard the stone statue. Do not be startled, stranger. I am Elder Atkanok, an ancient ancestor of the Tuskar people, a skilled craftsman in my own time and the guardian of this quarry for centuries. The quarry has been overrun, leaving many statues unfinished while the ancestors' spirits wander the world. Will you aid me in righting this wrong? First, I must know the names of these wandering ancestors. Look for the markers near their statues. Elder Atkinok's voice greets you as you approach his statue. Well done, Munzi. With the names of the wandering elders, we can continue the ceremonies disrupted during the attack. However, before the elders' spirits can be led to their stones, we must calm the spirits of the murdered craftsman and shaman. Otherwise, the ancestor spirits may never hear the ceremony's call. In the attack on the quarry, the shaman and craftsman working here were slain. The violence threw the spirit world into utter chaos, and we'll be unable to guide the ancestors home unless we find a way to soothe the spirits of the murdered. The aggressors themselves pay no heed to the spirits, but their companions, the beryl hounds, sense the spirits and hold them in thrall. Kill the beryl hounds, and using the raw energy left behind, break the imprisonment of the spirits of the innocent.
Yes, Shalashka.
Now that these strange mages know that the people of Kiskala and their allies will not give up the quarry so easily, we must maintain our efforts and defeat them completely. My brothers in Kiskala have also come under attack and will not be able to support us, but with your help, Monzi, we can overcome these pillagers. I'm sure you've seen those blue and white platforms hovering over the quarry. They're the transportation the mage hunters used to land their forces here, and now they're loading them up with our artifacts and fragments of our statues. We must stop them before they leave the quarry. The small creatures digging in the quarry carry explosives. Take them and use them to destroy the 3 floating platforms. The leader keeps watch from a 4th, grounded platform, but we'll deal with him afterward.
May your nets always be. Let us visit for a while. I will hear. Let us visit. Troubles you.
Do not allow Carscaler to forget what has happened here. May the ancestors always aid you, warrior, as you have aided me. Do not allow Carscaler to forget what has happened here. You have my gratitude, warrior. I thought I'd never be free.
May I help? My attention.
May the ancestors always aid you, warrior, as you have aided me. I can sense the upheaval in the spirit world beginning to calm. You have done well, Munzi. The spirits of the ancestors are fortunate to have your help in this time of need. With the spirits of the murdered craftsman and shaman at rest, the way is clear for us to complete the ceremonies interrupted by the attack. You must perform a role traditionally reserved for a Tuskar shaman, and you must possess all the necessary ritual items. There is no time to craft new ones, so you will need to scour the quarry for those left by the victims of the attack. Handle these objects with care, Munzi, for some are centuries old. You may need to wrest them from the hands of the invaders. Itarak, outside the Cold Rock Quarry, wants you to destroy the North Platform, the East Platform, and the West Platform. Description: I'm sure you've seen those blue and white platforms hovering over the quarry. They are the transportation the Mage Hunters used to land their forces here, and now they're loading them up with our artifacts and fragments of our statues. We must stop them before they leave the quarry. The small creatures digging in the quarry carry explosives. Take them and use them to destroy the 3 floating platforms. The leader keeps watch from a 4th, grounded platform, but we'll deal with him afterward.
The mage hunters won't find it as easy to plunder our quarry and steal our artifacts as they'd imagined. With your help, we'll win back the quarry and set things right again. The leader of the mage hunter forces is a fearsome creature called Curator Insidious. My people have hunted the beasts of the seas and land for countless generations, but I've never seen anything like this Curator before. He's landed one of those flying discs on the upper rim of the quarry and oversees the operation from there. Monzi, I can only believe the ancestors themselves sent you to my rescue, and I hope you will help me drive the mage hunters from this quarry once and for all.
Stay warm.
Have you recovered a full set of ritual items? You hold the objects before the statue of Elder at Canuck. Those will suffice, although they are in a sad state. Some of them have survived centuries of use, only to be battered and stolen by barbarians. With your help, the ancestor spirits can now be guided to their rightful homes, the statues lovingly prepared by Carscaler's craftsmen and shaman. The ceremonies for these ancestors were interrupted during the attack on the quarry, and you will need to complete them. Take with you the objects that you recovered from the quarry, stand in front of the statues with the name markers, and recite this chant. Words in a strange language flood your head, but you have no difficulty recalling them. The ancestors have found their statues, and they have you to thank, Munzi. The craftsmen of Carscaler will return to the quarry and ensure that the line of ancestors continues unbroken. For our part, the ancestors will continue to observe you with interest, as it seems your path is just beginning.
Who is this that
The curator and his men must have thought the quarry an easy target for their looting, but you've shown them otherwise, Monzi. I am deeply grateful for your help, and I'm certain the ancestors will continue to watch over you.
good hunting?
Trapped Mammoth Calf says. Trumpets in approval. Trapped Mammoth Calf says. Whimpers. Trapped Mammoth Calf says. Trumpets in approval.
I see that Skyhopper finally got around to sending help. And none too soon, I might add. Welcome. Now that you're here, it's time for me to tell you the full story of what's going on. After you've heard my tale, go outside and find my second in command, Jinky Wingnut. She'll handle everything from here on out.
Justicar Mariel Trueheart. The Argent Tournament. The Argent Crusade invites you to test your skills in honorable combat against other heroes of Azeroth at the Argent Tournament. The champions of the world's great nations have gathered at the Argent Tournament grounds in northeastern Icecrown to face all challengers.
Can I help you? Interesting. Hey,
I've got my hands full here at the moment, warrior. What can I do for you? Fine then, have a seat. This might take a while. When we first came to this frozen hell, General Arlos, down in Volyansky, gave my group of flying daredevils and me a special task, to establish a forward air base for Alliance operations. This airstrip is the result. Let me tell you, it wasn't easy, what with all the nasty beasts and the ground rock hard from being frozen. But we managed, and we did it quickly too. Anyway, we needed to pump up lots of sand and oil for the machinery. The nearby pools proved to be perfect for that. Some of the sand even proved to have magical properties. Can you say possibilities? But that's a different tale. So, we drained most of the water out and built the pumping station smack dab in the middle. Everything was going swimmingly until one day the main suction pipe got clogged. Mind you, this part I learned later because I wasn't out there at the time. When they ratcheted up the suction on the pump, up came pieces of a robot that looked like a gnome. Of course the fools worked night and day to put it back together without telling us. This is when we lost communication with the pumping station. After a couple of days of silence, I sent a scouting party out to the platform. They never returned. I sent another group the next day with the same results, and lost a couple of flying machines out on aerial recon. At that point I sent someone south to find help, and we hunkered down to prepare for the worst. We turned all of our attention to making armor, weapons, and robots so that we could head out there in full force. When we did a few days ago, we couldn't believe our eyes.
I'll blast those gnomish wannabes back to the scrap heap.
As I was saying, what we saw out there defied explanation. My people were nowhere to be found, but in their place was a veritable army of robots and androids going about their business. The droids all looked like gnomes and they said that they'd been expecting us. In fact, in their own strange way, they acted like they knew us. We were surrounded and quickly taken to the top of the pumping station. That's where we saw their leader and what he was doing to the surviving gnomes. He called himself Gear Master Mechazid. When we arrived he was busy transforming the survivors into mechanical beings. He greeted us warmly and explained that he was one of the first gnomes ever to be created by something he called the Grand Architect, a Titan keeper from within the halls of fabled Uldur. Apparently, he was the blockage that my team had accidentally sucked up from where he'd malfunctioned thousands of years ago. It was just our luck that we'd built the pumping station right above him. The station's mechanics had put him back together, bringing him back to life. And now, by way of thanks, he was going to return the favor by curing all of us of what he called the curse of the flesh. According to Mechazid, it's a condition that eventually befalls all of the creations of the Titans. In other words, we all supposedly start out as robots of some kind, and, over thousands of years, slowly turn into fleshy beings. Preposterous, I know. It didn't look like much of a cure to me, and I wasn't about to stand around listening to some crazy robot while he was butchering my people. We did what any sane gnome would do. We ran. Well, actually, most of us parachuted off the side of the platform, but you get the picture. Not many of us managed to make it back here, and we're still spread thin from having to deal with everything else too, like the Magnator to the north and the Scourge to the east. To make things worse, the Horde just set up shop to the northwest. And that's where we find ourselves now, Monzi. We can't possibly deal with all of this by ourselves, and quite frankly, I feel a little out of my depth. Jinky knows what needs to be done. You should go see her now. I just hope you'll be able to get us out of this mess with our bodies intact.
What? You're sending me back there?
The old man sent you to me, huh? He tell you everything that's going on out here? Good. Let's take care of business then. If you listen to the old man, then you know that we have gnomes out there that were changed. Gear Master Mechazid infected them with something that reversed the curse of the flesh, and now they're robots. We think we have a way to recurse them back to normal. We want you to take this recursive transmatter injection and use it on the corpses of any mechagnomes you come across. We're hoping that this stuff will cure them and allow us to lock onto them to port them out of there. What do you say, Munzi?
Off and away.
Greetings.
What? Can't you see that I'm busy here? You think this transmatter is going to fix itself? There are spare parts strewn all over to the east in the scalding pools, the geyser fields. Heck, probably even up on the pumping station still, too. Bring back a whole bunch. Maybe then I'll be able to get outgoing teleport on this thing working, not to mention getting the incoming transmatter ports aligned. I'd hate to see another accident. What? Can't you see that I'm busy here? This is the weirdest thing, warrior, but there's a Murloc asking for our help. He goes by the name of King MRGL, leader of the Winterfen Murlocs. It would seem that he and his people have been run out of their village and they want someone to come save them. That someone is you. You'll find Winterfen Retreat, and the king, by heading west down the road until you come to the cliffs. Head down to the water line near the blistering pool.
Very good.
Pleased to meet you.
Those dirty, stinking snobbles. They stole all of my supplies. What's a snobbled, you ask? It's like a kobold, except they serve the magnate or kinda take care of them. I know, weird. Anyhow, wanna help me out? I know the little creeps stole off with all of my stuff. Stupid me thinking that it'd be nice and safe, packed up on the north side of the airstrip. Why don't you do me a favor and head north to their stupid magmuth? There's a cash reward if you bring all my stuff back quick.
Very well then.
Magmoth Shaman says. Attempts to run away in fear.
Pardon you, Vadcast bot. Magmuth Forager says. Attempts to run away in fear. Pardon you, Vadcast bot. Magmuth Forager says. Attempts to run away in fear.
Academy Vateka, Oat. Magmoth Shaman says. Attempts to run away in fear.
Pardon you, Vadcast bot. Magmuth Forager says. Attempts to run away in fear. Itu Magmuthraga, Cha. Magmuth Forager says. Attempts to run away in fear. You got all of my supplies, warrior. I just can't do anything without all of my stuff. Oh, Munzi, you're just the best. Here's your coin as promised. As you may have noticed, we created the airstrip on the southern border of a Magnator den. Crafty says something uncharitable about Fizzcrank under her breath. The old man has put me in charge of finding a creative solution to this situation. If we don't deal with them soon, they'll come down here and tear us limb from limb. That's where you come in. I want you to get me everything on this shopping list. Please.
You have a great name.
Attention all units. Night Elf inside the perimeter. The unit you just dismantled had this inside of its mechanical innards. It looks pretty complicated. Certainly someone back at the airstrip would want to take a look at it. Maybe Crafty Wobble Sprocket?
Good game.
How am I supposed to get anything done with Fizzcrank breathing down my neck and me without all of my stuff? Hey. My screwdriver. You found my screwdriver. I'd been wondering where that thing got lost. You found it inside one of their robots, you say? That gives me an idea. The ultrasonic screwdriver is the ultimate tool. It can do anything to mechanical stuff. Head back into the pools and dismantle a number of Mechazod's robots. Then all you have to do is use the screwdriver on their remains, and I'm betting that they'll turn to our side, for a short time anyway. I'm pretty sure it won't work on the Mechagnomes, so don't even bother with them. Oh, and if you want to take anything from the robot's insides, you'll want to do so before using the screwdriver.